So a number of other officials that may not necessarily be at the podium, but in fact are available if you want to ask questions. Again, we just ask that everybody keep everybody involved in this, and the great first responders and the healthcare system and all the great citizens of Gatesville that have pitched in to make this as easy as possible for everybody. And I'm going to turn it over to our city and county emergency management coordinator, Bob Harrell, who will introduce those that will be speaking for you and answering questions. Bob.
Thank you, Judge. Thanks for coming today. If I can ask you to hold all your questions until all the speakers have had a chance to address and provide some information. First off, I'm going to introduce our incident coordinator. He's Chief of Police Nathan Golke. Nathan, would you come up? And one other thing that I'd like to say, we have our chief, our fire chief. He's currently out on a wildfire right now, so he's not available. So we've got an additional event going on, so I may be busy with that here in the next few minutes myself. So, Nathan.
Good morning. I want to thank all of you for coming out this morning and helping support us. I first want to just thank all of our first responders, all of our bystanders, our citizens, our hospital employees. I want to thank all of them for their quick response to the explosion yesterday. They did a phenomenal job out there in being able to triage some of these people that were injured and get them help very quickly, making those injuries less severe than what they actually could have been. So at this point, we have confirmed that there are 15 injuries that occurred from yesterday from that explosion, and we have confirmed one that has been deceased. His name is Michael Brugman. He's 44 years of age, and he's from Rogers, Texas. And he was a worker on the site at the hospital yesterday. Certainly our condolences go out to his family and his friends. The Gatesville Police Department has contacted the Texas State Fire Marshal's office and have requested that they lead this investigation. They will be assisted by our officers and our investigators in this process. They bring with them many resources that will ensure both a thorough and a very qualified investigation. Today, just a little bit of information as far as what is ongoing today. We are focusing the investigation on the debris field in and around the explosion site. We will also be assessing damages to the hospital and nursing home facilities there at that location, with full intent of releasing those unaffected portions back to the hospital's control within the very near future. We do have structural engineers on site today that will help us assess the damages to those structures as well. The outpouring of support for this incident has been incredible, and we certainly want to thank everyone for bringing us food, water, toiletries, and other needed supplies. We certainly appreciate the prayers and the support that we have received, not only from our local community, but from across the state and even across the nation as well. We have first responders from all across the state that showed up yesterday to help with this incident, and we continue to have agencies today that are asking what can they do for us as far as contributing back. And we just want to ask our community to be patient with us, be patient with their law enforcement, be patient with their first responders while we continue to work through this process. Ultimately, our goal is to bring our hospital and their services back online as soon as we possibly can. So we just ask for patience when it comes to that. That's all I have to say. I will at this point ask David Byram. David Byram, he is the CEO of Coriel Memorial Healthcare System. Come forward.
Chief, first, could you give us the spelling of the man's name?
Yes, Brugman. It's Michael. Common spelling. Brugman is Bruggman. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank y'all. I'm probably not quite as prepared as Nathan. I don't have a prepared statement for y'all, so probably be willing to field questions. This is Dr. Jeff Bates, our Chief Medical Officer at Coriel Memorial Healthcare System. Carly Latham, our Marketing Director, is in the corner over here. Again, we have to, again, thank everybody for their response yesterday from the community level, state level, local level surrounding our community. I've sent some information out this morning a little bit. I'm surrounded by heroes where I work. It's very impressive. Probably within 5 minutes of the event, my staff had that building nearly completely empty. And for the victims of that, our physicians and nurses were already responding, and I had staff that was helping bring folks out of the rubble. They had triage centers set up on the ground. We were working that. It certainly, as Nathan pointed out, minimized some of the impact of those injuries. They were transported very rapidly. We moved our patients very rapidly from the facility as we did. We still don't know today some of our infrastructure damage and some of the long-term impacts, although we're getting a little more hopeful today, I can tell you that. And within a short period of time, probably within an hour, we had moved over 100 people to the local churches, and within 4 hours, they were probably within beds in other communities. So some went home with their families. I have a number on that, but it's been an amazing response.
One of the things that struck me is if you're going to have something bad happen, we were at a hospital, and this was right in the back of the hospital. And so as I approached the victims that I saw and tried to tend to them, everywhere that I went, there was already 1 or 2 doctors there and several nurses. So the patients were able to get the best care that they could while we rapidly evacuated them. 15 of the patients were evacuated to major communities, and then of the 9 that went to Temple, Scott, and White, 7 of those had to be further evacuated to even larger facility because Temple wasn't able to handle it.
We do have a call center set up for the residents. If their family members or loved ones are concerned about them, we do ask that none of the media please reach out to this number. I will give it out. It's 254-404-2500, but we ask that that's for resident families only, please.
Yeah, we do have a focus today. We have contacted all the residents and families and any patients that we had coming in and working to understanding that in our operation today, we provide ambulance service for a big chunk of Coryell County, the city of McGregor and some surrounding areas there. It is up and operating. We have extra resources and mutual aid agreements because as Judge Firth pointed out, a lot of our transports or 911 calls today come into our local facility. Well, our emergency room is not open right now. So it's, we're having to reach out to other counties and communities to transport those patients. Our focus, also I will tell you, the dialysis unit is open, our home health services are functioning, and we operate a rural health clinic in Gulfway, Texas that's going. Other than that, most of our core services, including our acute care hospital, our emergency room, our nursing facility, and assisted living are not open today. So our focus is getting those services back online. Probably starting with our emergency room, which also means that our lab and radiology departments need to come back online, getting our clinics back open, and then certainly focused on bringing our residents home as we talk about that. We're very appreciative of all the communities that have worked with us, Hillside Manor locally, Goodall Witcher in Clifton, Westview Manor in McGregor, Sunset Homes in Clifton. I think some folks also went over into the Hamilton area from the hospital to Hamilton General Hospital. So again, some of these connections we have and some of the planning that's gone on, you certainly see an impressive response and it certainly made this, yesterday was an amazing afternoon from about 2:15 all the way into the night, but it was an amazing afternoon to see all these things occur. So.
Our primary care clinic in Gatesville is closed. The Clifton primary care is open, and our specialists, we now have a number of specialists in Gatesville, including orthopedic surgeon, general surgeon, cardiologist, pulmonologist, nephrologist, and they're all still seeing patients in Clifton. So those patients are being rescheduled there.
Yeah, I kind of left out, as I talked just a minute ago, as we move folks residents and patients around. We also moved resources with them. We moved staff into these homes to care for them. We're still listening to their needs and trying to accommodate those resources. And our doctors are rounding in other communities today as we talk about that. So a great collaboration has occurred.
Yeah, many of our staff members went and spent the night with their residents so that they could have a comforting and familiar face with them. They welcomed them in from the beginning, and they're still with them today.
Questions or next?
Y'all have any questions?
Mr. Brown, you said that you had a number of how many actually went home with their families.
Okay. I think from our skilled nursing facility, our nursing home, 18 went with family, and from our assisted living facility, 13 went with families. So, yeah, we had 78 residents in our nursing home yesterday and 21 in our assisted living facilities, as we talked about that. And again, they moved to different areas. We tried to move the majority to McGregor at that point because they had the most open beds. They weren't able to accommodate everything. Certainly immediately we moved quite a few to Hillside. I don't believe they went to the local church before we moved in that direction because they had open beds. So.
Okay, and these are some of the officials there in Gatesville reporting to us about the situation that happened yesterday at the hospital. Chief of Police Nathan Golke did identify the man who died in yesterday's explosion as Michael Brugman. He is the only victim of that explosion. As far as someone who has died, 15 others have been said to be injured. As well, we will be giving you more information on this event as it takes place, again, from yesterday's explosion. Don't forget to log on to our website, centexproud.com, and our Facebook page as we continue to stream that press conference live for you. Also, don't forget to download our Facebook app, our Fox 44 app from the App Store for push alerts on breaking news stories. Now, we can go back to your regular scheduled programming.